be your fan for whatever reason. So I like it. I think it's great. I've noticed that I have a really wide audience, like a really wide. I mean, I've met grandfathers and grandmothers that really love me, and little kids, 4-year-old girls and 5-year-old boys and teenagers and people my age and middle age. It's like all the way across the board. I've got people there that like what I'm doing, so that makes me feel really good because I think that's what music's about.
It seems like actually, although they really did paint it out to seem like you were, kind of the heartthrob of the show, which, I guess you were, but it seems like you'd have a kind of dude fan base because of the guitar thing and the blues thing, like, the sort of Bonnaroo jam band crowd. And
yeah, I would hope so. I wasn't like a heartthrob at home by any stretch of the imagination, there were guys that were, like, back at home, you go to one of their shows and it's packed with girls because the girls want to see this dude sing or whatever. And, that wasn't me whatsoever. So it was a different feeling for me to, like, for that to be going on during the show. I was just always kind of, I don't know, I guess honored by it. I mean, I think it's cool, but I never felt like that was necessarily my thing, I guess. It can be, whatever.
It didn't bother you, like, because, it's TV, so they're always going to paint out, like, here's the rocker, here's the person with the hard luck story, whatever. And that was sort of what they painted out you to be right from the first audition, Did that bother you? Did you feel like that sort of, like, was condescending, I guess is what I'm trying to say?
I never thought of it that way. Like, I didn't put my focus on any of that stuff at all. So it was neither here nor there for me, Had it had some sort of an impact on my situation, then I probably would have had a problem with it. But since it didn't, and if anything, it helped me out.
Yeah.
And I understand that. And so it never really bothered me. But like I said, it wasn't my focus whatsoever. Like, when those things were said, you just let it slide right through. And you go, okay, that's nice, thanks. Or whatever. But you don't think about it or really let it go into your head. Because then your focus is in the wrong place.
That's true. Speaking of your female fans, I need to know, who was the bow girl on the night, your final night on the show? There was this little girl that you sang to, and was she related to you, or was she just like a random girl in the crowd? I'm like, who's that girl?
No, I didn't pick up a random girl out of the crowd.
That's what people thought.
I know, that's my cousin's little girl.
Okay.
And that's, the night before I came out to Hollywood, that's who I stayed with. And so we had a great night with me and her name's Lindsey. And her brother's name is Jaron, so we were like eating Jelly Bellies and guessing the flavors and, hanging out and playing games and stuff like that. That's my family, and they were there, and it just happened to work out, like, I didn't think about it. Obviously when you're in that position and you have to sing a song, it's like, boom, hand the mic, and I'm like, oh, I don't have my guitar, so I'm just kind of standing there. I'm like, wait, I don't have to stand here. I've got no guitar. I can walk around. So I started walking, and then I saw Lindsey, and I was like, they can't tell me what to do now.
That's true.
I'm going to pick her up and, enjoy the moment. And I thought it was really nice that I could do that. And, and I didn't care what it looked like or if I looked stupid or goofy, which I thought I might afterwards. And when I thought about it afterwards, I was like, oh, but, I think it was okay and it came across okay. So
you did. You made her famous for a night on Twitter. Everyone's like, who's the bow girl? She was called Bow Girl.
That's funny.
Yeah, because she had that big bow in her hair. All right, last question. There's been a lot of talk about what you're going to do after this. You probably aren't totally at liberty to say if you have record deals or whatever, but there's been talk that you've been seen in Nashville. Are you going to Nashville? Are you going to go that route, the country route?
I would love to, and the reason is that these days there's country music is like a big wide open space for you to do what you want to do if you're within a certain realm, and I think that will allow me to do what I want to do if I go to Nashville. They're going to let me play the guitar. Mm-hmm. They're going to let me be, edgy and rocky and a little bit bluesy and, a little bit old school, a little bit new school. And my country roots, which is where I was born and raised, growing up listening to Merle Haggard and George Jones, all of that wrapped up into one big ball is who I am musically. And I'm not going to be able to do that anywhere else. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm hoping for and really cross my fingers and toes that they'll, work with me out there.
Cool. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry you're not going to be. I understand why you're not going to do Jealous Guy on tour. I'm a little bummed, but I understand.
Yeah, I'm bummed as well. But like I said, if I had a whole set and I've got the rest of my career, anybody that wants, it's not like this is it for me.
No.
I mean, regardless, I'm going to continue to play. And if anybody wants to hear Jealous Guy, just come to a show after the tour, and I promise you I'll play it.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks.